Flavor King, guys, and again, we're showing you how to make yellow rice today. So what you want to do, guys, you want to get you a cup of yellow rice and maybe 2 1/4 cups of water. Y'all ready to cook? Let's cook. Here are our ingredients. We have 2 1/4 cup of water, 1 cup of rice, yellow rice. We'll add about a tablespoon of olive oil and maybe 1 tablespoon of butter. Okay, so what we want to do is get our water to boiling. So we have 2 1/4 cup of water in our pot. We're going to bring that to a boil. Then we'll add our rice, butter, and oil. Then we'll bring that up to a boil again, cut the rice on low, and let it steam for about 30 minutes. You have yellow, fluffy rice, not gummy. Okay, in there, in water now, we have our butter and olive oil. All right, now we're adding our cup of rice. We'll stir that in. Stir that in. We'll let it come to a boil again. And then we'll turn it down. We'll cover it. We'll turn it on low heat and let it simmer for about 30 minutes. Rice boiling. Now, we're going to turn it down to low. Cover. We should be ready in 30 minutes. Okay, guys, it's been 30 minutes. We're back at the rice. Look at that beauty. Fluffy rice. Not gummy. Nice fluffy rice. There you want to go. There you go. So look. What you also want to do, guys, is resist the urge to take that lid off. That steam is what cooks your rice and make it fluffy. So just let that rice cook on low. It's done right now. It's ready. Okay, guys, we got our frozen butter beans in our pot. We got it on a medium-high heat right now. So what we have is the water just above the beans, maybe about an inch and a half above the frozen beans. And we're gonna bring that to a boil. Then I'll add in our turkey butts and turkey necks. I pressure cooked those, so I'm gonna bring some of that flavor over here and put it in these beans. And we're gonna have another pot. So we're gonna bring that to a boil, and we're gonna reduce that to a simmer, and we're gonna cover it up for about 25, 30 minutes. Okay, guys, our beans have come to a boil. Now I'm gonna go ahead and add in our some broth from our turkey necks and turkey butts. Okay. I'm gonna let that come back to a boil. Turn the heat down on a low and let those.
I want to ask you, is there a theological claim that comes back repeatedly in your practice of preaching?
For mine is that God is a God of mercy. God is a God of compassion, and that God will never leave you or forsake you. My job is to preach that grace and that compassion and mercy to whomever, comes into church or whoever I contact.
Part-time job, full-time hustle, all-time shiro to all of us. You nurture, we listen. You teach, we thrive. You lift our spirits, but we've got to lay down the truth. It's time for you, our shiro, to stretch for the stars. A free online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to start boosting your retirement savings today. Start saving more for retirement so you can feel prepared and live your life to the fullest. Visit aceyourretirement.org.
We see that you founded something, an organization called Black Girls in Cyber.
So I started these Facebook Live series called Black Girls in Cyber, and I would invite different African-American women who were working in different aspects of the field to come and share their stories, very similar to as I'm doing now, and what their journey was, and to just really create more industry awareness around what this looks like.
guys, the beans are just about done. I just added a teaspoon of pepper and a teaspoon of salt, and then you do it to taste however you like it. The ingredients: black pepper, kosher salt, garlic powder, thyme, Greek seasoning, onion powder, paprika, star of the show, baby back ribs. Okay guys, so what we have here, we have some baby back ribs. I've already washed them in some vinegar and water. What we're gonna do now, we'll trim off some of this fat, and then we'll pull off, you know, on the back, it has this membrane that's kind of chewy and tough. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull that membrane off so we can get straight to the meat. It's gonna make your meat more tender, and we'll be able to cook this a lot better. Okay guys, so look, what we're gonna do, we're gonna just trim some meat. Don't wanna have all of that. It's gonna be good for some flavor, but you don't wanna have all of that fat in your fried meat. We're not gonna trim it all the way down, but we're just taking a lot of that top fat off from that back strap. That's tough also. So after that, we'll go ahead and season up your meat. What I use is a all-purpose blend. You got salt, pepper, garlic. Put some fresh thyme in there. All of the ingredients. I'll get you some measurements for those that need the measurements, but you know, that's why it's soul food. You cook it on how you feel. And I put those same seasonings in my flour so we can be consistent on that taste, okay? So what we want to do is just kind of rub that in. And then what I'll do is go ahead and cut these between each bone so we can fry them independently, okay? Okay guys, so now we're gonna go ahead and cut these ribs into a single bone. And then we're gonna fry them up. All right, so we'll go ahead and season these up again. We'll get these insides seasoned up, and then we'll be back and ready to put these in the flour. Okay guys, look, we're back. We're gonna mix it. I've already added the seasoning. I'm gonna mix it all up. And what we wanna do is just lightly coat our ribs, okay? We don't wanna do it like we frying chicken. You know, you just wanna light dusting on them, so when we fry them, get a nice little crunch on it, so we can smother it up. Now we're gonna smother these ribs. We're gonna let them cook for about 45 minutes or so. I want them so tender, the meat falling off the bone, and you don't even need teeth to eat it, all right? That's what we're gonna be doing. So I'll be back once I finish flouring up the ribs. All right guys, look, we got our oil up to temperature. We got it on a low heat, about a low to medium heat. You can use pork ribs, you can use spare ribs, you can use beef ribs to do these smothered ribs. So if we come out here looking at our pot, we got the oil. Big Bertha is heated up and she is ready. So what we want to do is put those in. You want that grease to be super hot so you can get that crunch on it that you're looking for to make for good smothering, okay? We're gonna cook these on both sides for about 4 minutes per side, depending on the thickness of it. So we're looking at 4 minutes per side. We're not trying to fry them until they're done. We're frying them to get that coating on the outside. And then we're going to do the rest of the cooking while we smother it. Okay? So we'll be back once I get these fried up. And on to the next step. Our ribs are coming out golden brown. Right texture that we're looking for. And start smothering them. Like I said, guys, this is that Sunday plate right here. After church, got grandmama house. Doing some nice smothered ribs with some rice, greens, or string beans, and cornbread. Yeah, that's it.
How in the world did this country girl end up on a platform with Ricky Dillard?
Don't make your social media page private, please. Ricky Dillard just simply inboxed me, and sure enough, he called. We spoke about a rehearsal in Atlanta. I showed up my first rehearsal date. He asked me, was there any song on the record that I would like to sing? And I said, I feel comfortable singing Best Day. And he was like, okay, cool, let's go.
To Sofia and Gabriel. Even though these old knees can't follow on your adventure to the forest today, these flowers represent my love. These stitches and threads join us together. And wherever you see a flower, a bird, a beautiful tree, know that my love is with you.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
We are 4 friends in a book. The book for this month, No One Is Watching by Alyssa Cole.
It was actually 3 different things. What I enjoyed with gentrification and finding out, it kind of sparked things in my mind, like, is this really happening?
If a Whole Foods pops up in one of these neighborhoods, I'm like, okay, y'all have been gentrified. So that's the first thing I always think about.
Okay, guys, so look, all of our ribs are out. They're GBD, golden brown and delicious, okay? So now, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pour off about half of this oil, because this is what we're gonna use to make our gravy, okay? We're gonna pour off some of this oil. We're gonna add in our onions, our bell peppers, some flour, and then we're gonna make that roux up. We'll add some beef broth to this, and we're gonna get these to simmering, okay? I'll be back. All right, yeah, that's gonna be good. We're gonna get that flour. All right, guys, I'm gonna show you guys how to make this gravy, this country gravy. Boy, it's gonna be about 40 weight. It's that 40 weight gravy, I'm telling y'all. Right here, flour's already seasoned up. Cook these till they're tender. We'll add in our beef broth and water. And we'll add our ribs back into our cast iron skillet. You want to keep stirring this also. You don't want that flour to burn. All right, guys, so we're gonna go ahead and grate up 2 garlic cloves. Really 1.5, that's a little peely garlic clove right there. If you want it thicker, add more flour. If you want a more loose consistency, add more liquid. It could be beef broth, it could be water, it could be whatever you choose. But we got that right there. We're gonna go ahead and put that meat in here. And I got my water boiling in the background in case I need to add something to loosen it up. You want to get those thicker ones in. All right, so we're gonna bring that up to a boil, and then we'll let that simmer, like I said, for about 30, 45 minutes. That meat is gonna be nice, tender, and falling off the bone. All right, we'll be back. Okay guys, we're back. We've had our ribs simmering and smothering in that gravy for just about an hour. We're gonna be ready to plate this up. As you can see, that 40-weight gravy is nice consistency. We're gonna go ahead and plate that on up. We have some yellow rice here, string beans, cornbread. Guys, this is gonna be a good Sunday meal right here. Can't wait to tell you how it tastes. Yeah, nice, tender. See this kind of falling away. I'm done. Oh my God. Meat is tender. Good flavor to it. Guys, smothered ribs. Great Sunday meal. After church plate right here. I want to thank you guys for tuning in to this episode of Cooking with Flavor KL. Join us here each week, guys. We're going to be coming up with some more great recipes. We got some beignet recipes coming up. We have some other great stuff that you need to tune into. All right? Thanks for tuning in.